sometimes it's not about how good your game is. It's how good are you at implementing it and stopping what your opponent wants to do. It's not only just striker versus grappler. If you're trying to grapple, you got to be able to strike good enough to stay safe. You have to be able to stay safe, to get on the inside, to get to the takedown, and then keep it. And if you're trying to strike, it's really hard to open up when you got someone who just wants to wrestle, so you got to be able to do both. Gage Young got his final instructions from Grant Dawson, who's going to be fighting next weekend at the UFC Norfolk event versus Derek Minner, another tough Midwest guy. That's what it's all about sometimes. It's really about your teammates. It's about the people that are around you, pushing you, and a lot of these guys have incredible teammates.
Moffett versus Young. Let's make some noise!
Referee Nick Nolte bringing the fighters to the center of the cage for some last-minute instructions here. We are off.
Oh, Moffett shoots for a takedown.
Ooh, big right hand there by Gage Young, too.
Gage Young pushing him up against the fence here. Attacking the body a little bit.
You can hear the corner Grant Dawson telling him he can break if he wants to and throw those strikes there. And they do so. Exchanging knees there in the clinch.
Gage Young pushes him up against the fence. Moffett tries to go over the head on if he's looking for a guillotine here. Avoids a takedown there and throws a nice knee to his body.
For a standing arm triangle maybe is Moffett.
I can't tell how deep it is. Moffett's got really long arms, so I can't tell if it's actually choking. It looks tight from where I'm at, though. Gage Young looks like he's trying to turn in and get his own.
And ends up on bottom.
It's a nice attempt, though.
This is where we've really seen Gage Young shine in the past. He's on in these ground scrambles and exchanges. Just has a really relentless pressure.
Veteran move by Gage Young. He pulled his head against the fence, away from the fence rather, and took the ability of Moffett to use his back up against the fence to get back to his feet. It's a veteran move by a young guy.
Yeah, with just this being his 5th amateur fight is showing the skills of somebody who's been in the cage many more times, and I think that comes down to training with the likes of Grant Dawson, James Krause, and many more at Glory.
He's doing a good job of keeping his posture here. Moffett looks like he wants to try to work himself to the fence. He's trying to get his head to the fence, maybe to possibly open his guard and get his back flat to the fence, but Gage Young's doing a good job of circling him back off the fence so he can't use it.
Some blood coming from the nose of Moffett.
Moffett's doing a good job controlling the wrists and not letting him rain down some of those punches. But Gage Young is also doing a great job of keeping the position and keeping him where he wants him. And if you're going to ground and pound from guard, you're going to have to do it up against the fence or at least where their head is not on the fence. So as soon as they open it, they're going to crawl back up the fence. He's doing a good job of pulling them away from it.
Really a great first round there. Shawn Moffett looked for that standing arm triangle, but Gage Young made sure to end up on top once they hit the floor and really took control from there.
Big right hand from Gage Young.
Ooh, big left hook. That seemed to stun Moffett there for just a second.
Look for a trip there. Gage Young is really ripping those punches now. Moffett trying to close the distance. I don't think he's liking what he's seeing Gage Young on the outside there. Gonna look for a takedown here. Gage Young goes to double underhooks, gets his own back off the fence, and wants to punch on the break.
Gage Young appears to be the fresher fighter here too. Really pushing the pace and looks full of energy, just like he did at the beginning of round number 1. Oh, big left high kick from Gage Young.
Big head kick. He threw the right hand and followed it up with the left high kick. Another big left hook. Moffett looks hurt here. Everything Gage Young is throwing is landing. Moffett throwing back now, though.
Circles to the back, does Gage Young. And he wants to keep it standing at this point. He's landed some big strikes and is finding a home for all the ones he's throwing.
Gage Young's corner is calling for no takedown. So even in these clinch positions, they're still worried that Moffett is still going to be dangerous on the ground. So, and as he's threatening here, it's going to be tough to finish this or even get a sweep, especially from mounted now. Great transition. That's under the chin.
That'll do it.
The finish.
Gage Young, rear naked choke victory. Really was finding a home for every single strike he was throwing in round number 2. And, you know, the corner was calling for no takedown, but it just ended up on the ground. It wasn't necessarily that he went for a takedown. Kind of won the scramble and followed all the way to the back for the choke. Let's take a look at the replay here. That switch kick to the head.
Boom. Oh, he just feinted the right hand and went right to the head kick.
Yeah, a few more inches inside, and that would have been all shin. It might have been.
Well, credit to Moffett's toughness for taking that and moving forward. Even some of the bigger shots that he took, he fired right back and was able to back off Gage Young a little bit. It's an incredible transition to the back here. He was, it was already over before he even had both hooks in and got to where he wanted to be.
All right, Silverstein Ice Centers Arena. Bout number 9. Tap out, rear naked choke, 2 minutes and 16 seconds into round 2. From Sedalia, Gage